Yeah, we're just looking forward to a great weekend, and hopefully the weather holds off and we can get this match underway at 1 o'clock on Saturday. And looking forward to a great crowd.
Yeah, like Matt said, everybody's looking forward to it. I know we've been preparing very well for this weekend, and I think everybody's very excited to play.
The first Super Regional, they just started this new format. It doesn't get any better. Our main goal is to be top 8, and we have that goal. We made that goal, so now it's time to get to the next goal and take one step at a time.
Questions?
Now, with it being TCU, I know y'all played them already.
Mm-hmm.
Do you take anything from that match, good or bad, and can
Well,
learn from?
we've really played them twice. We played a hidden duel match against them in Arizona to start the spring season, and that was outdoors. We won the doubles point, came down to number 1, and national indoors we won the doubles point. It came down to number 1, so very close doubles points. Both were in tiebreakers,
Yes.
from what I remember. So we know doubles is going to be big, but we feel like we're playing some pretty good doubles right now, so we're confident in that area. And then, yeah, they have a deep lineup. They have some youngsters down at 5'6", and we're a little bit more of an older team at some spots where they're younger. I think those are going to be big spots for us, and they're well coached, good group of guys. They compete hard, so we know we're ready for a battle, and we're going to get their best shot. So not too much we took away other than it's the same matchups and it's going to be tough.
With so many veterans on this squad, how has the ride here been different with this group of guys who's been through this before and been through it together?
I think this year's been interesting because it's their first year where they've had a lot of expectations. Where in the years past we were kind of just overachieving every year, kind of surprising people. So this year was that. So one of their 4 years. This last year has been just having them cope with that pressure and try to live in the moment and trust their process day to day, getting better and not thinking too much about results and thinking about what we should do, who we should be, and just enjoying each other's presence every day and having fun together. And I think they did a really good job this year in that, and I think we all learned a lot. And we say, focus on the root, not the fruit, and they did a great job focusing on the root the whole year. And when we did feel pressure here and there, we learned from it, especially at national indoors. We were, I think, we top seed there or second seed.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy that the coaches voted us to be number 2, but that just shows them how much they have respect in the country. And so dealing with that was kind of, we got that monkey off our back. Okay, people think we're good, we think we're good, but now we just have to deal with that. And we didn't do great in the tournament, but we learned so much. We finished stronger than we started the tournament, and that was huge for them to understand that it's about the process of getting better. We stayed positive after we lost the first 2 rounds there, and we just kept working. We stayed close as a team, and we played our best match on day 3, and that was a great learning experience for them. So it's just been it's been a ride for these older guys. It's been different. It's been a new type of year for them. So it's been fun.
Jeremy, you guys are part of a big senior class, and obviously one that's seen a lot of success. What's the relationship between you guys?
You go ahead.
Yeah, hard to just describe it like that, but yeah, you can imagine we've spent a lot of time together, 3.5 years now, and I lived with them for the past 3 years. We call it Fantastic Four, and obviously we have our own routines, our own, superstition routines that we always do, and we know each other so well. They're our inner circle, and they belong to my closest friends ever, so it's very special to play next to them, and it's a great feeling to spend all these years with them.
I think it's it starts the freshman year when you go the practices and days that we have. It's not easy. It's very, very hard. So when you have a group of 4 of us that were able since the very beginning doing that together, I think that's what built it the most. It's just continually gotten better and better, and it's because each day through practice, if you don't have a great group of friendships going on, you're going to struggle because it's mentally tough. And it just off court, it just started to flourish our relationships together. And now I would for sure call these guys my brothers. And so when I'm out there playing, it's easy because I got these guys next to me, and they know the cues. Instead of just saying let's go boys or something, they could say this, they can snap me, because we just know each other that well. I think that helps, just that time together.
What do you remember about maybe those first couple of practices when you guys first got on campus?
I remember probably the most thing is Nuno just dying with his legs. The first 2 weeks before we went to Florida for kickoff in South USF, we had physical couple weeks, and Nuno's like struggling to move in this first tournament. And we asked him, it was like he still won his match, but he's dying with his legs. And we're like, Nuno, how did you do that? He's like, just make the guy run more than he runs me. Yeah, if it was that easy.
Yeah, first couple of months it was hard. I personally I struggled a lot. I came here not knowing what really to expect, and practices were tough. Matt made it tough, and in the long run it helped me a lot, and Trevor and all the other guys. So yeah, for me it was a brand new experience, and it was great.
Talk about how important doubles will be Saturday.
Yeah, against the best teams, it almost always comes down to doubles. Singles it's so even, and that one doubles point deciding just one set. Sometimes it's all you need, and it's very important to just bring the momentum to singles too. It makes you feel more relaxed and feel like you have an edge on your opponent. So yeah, it will be very important.
This is for Coach and the players. How do you put these last 2 years in perspective with the back-to-back SEC championships and deep runs in the NCAA tournament?
Mm-hmm. It's been a lot of fun. It's been amazing for me to see their growth from these talented, great character young men to putting that into action and believing in themselves at a higher level. We always knew they had a lot of potential with their character and their talent. But then they had to learn how to push themselves and kind of do it on their own, kind of develop their own mind frames, how to feed the positive dog, as we say. So these last 2 years have been a direct correlation with them pushing themselves and each other, with me obviously still pushing and overseeing it, but they're doing it themselves, and they're waking up each day having that self-belief because they've built it themselves. So the last 2 years have been a direct result of that, and it was a great challenge when I came in here as a head coach to get to rebuild this program with guys that I felt like would fit that philosophy and fit my purpose as a coach, because for me it's not just about winning and being ranked whatever you're ranked in the country. It's about building these guys up, and so then after college they can do it on their own, and teaching them that life is tough, you just get better at it. And these guys are just a perfect example of buying into that philosophy and wanting to learn from myself and our assistant coaches and the players around them. So that's what these last 2 years have been. And even their first year, they made the Sweet 16. They surprised a lot of people going up to Illinois and beating Illinois. So they've had 4 amazing years. Just so proud of them and what they've done for themselves, Mississippi State tennis, and just our community here.
Coach, obviously this is
I wanted the players to comment on that as well.
Yeah, the last 2 years, I completely agree with Matt. It's just what we've built throughout the previous 2 years, and obviously having an older class helps to spread that vibe and culture to the younger classmen, and yeah, all those results just showed how much we grew, and kept just growing that culture of always playing tough and playing for the team, and no matter how hard it is, you have your brothers expecting you to compete at the highest level, and that gives us some results, and we focus so much on that it really helped us a lot.
I think the perspective part is we try to hone in on the results isn't everything, and that's kind of the last 2 years. It's unbelievable to win those tournament championships. Definitely made I guess our career here better, but it's the relationships we gained on the way. I think that we would all agree on when you put things into perspective. Like tennis it's it's tennis. It's not everything, but now I got a group of guys that I'm gonna see at my wedding, or I can go home at night and go play cards or some video games if we have a couple minutes. But yeah, I think that was the best thing that came out of this.
Matt, how much, obviously these guys are part of your kind of first full recruiting class.
Mhm.
How much pride is it to see these guys carry on the tradition that you wanted to see out of this program?
Yeah, I mean, my first goal was to have guys here that liked it and wanted to stay and graduate. That was my #1 goal. So I had to find guys that were coachable, open to me pushing them, open to me pouring into them. And Trevor was one of our first guys. We had 2 guys on our team for the next year, and he just trusted in us. And then we built from that, and it's been really good for me because I've gained a lot of self-belief in that process, because after my first year, it was tough. It almost broke me and made me realize nothing's easy in life, and you can't just walk into a position and succeed. You have to work your butt off. And so to see them not only like it here, but turn into these unbelievable men they are, and take what we've provided for them to their lives after college has just been amazing for me to want to continue this profession and want to continue my philosophy, my purpose as a head coach.